Coming up,
Our barbecue chicken is probably the best thing that I love on the menu. I've been eating it for 8 years straight, and I really can't get away from it.
that looks good. Ooh, that too. And some of those, please. Dine with us at Midtown Miami's newest healthy fast casual restaurant. If your shoulders bother you when you barbell squat, you'll want to see what personal trainer Alex is showing me here. Plus, a clinic treating mental illness with new methods, medical advice for seniors, and a circuit training class for everyone. All that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and I know it doesn't look like it, but I'm actually at the gym right now. This is just the balcony area, which is very nice for you to be able to just relax, come to your work, eat your lunch, have a snack, or just take a breather from the gym at Circuit Academy, where we are today in Miami Beach. They have circuit training classes, and they're an open gym, and I'm gonna find Alex to tell you more about it, but first, here's what the class looks like. As promised, this is Alex of Circuit Academy. Alex, thank you for having us here today.
Of course, anytime.
I saw you teaching a class.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, here we teach circuit training classes. We have a target every day. We teach different group exercises, meaning legs one day, upper body one day, full body the next. So you kind of can follow a program here rather than every other place that just kind of winging the group fitness classes. We cap it between 12 and 15 people where you get that intimate, almost feel like your personal training.
Right.
And
it's enough for the trainer to be able to see what each person's doing and keep track of it.
Absolutely. We can have a 60-year-old training next to a 25-year-old because we can actually modify the exercise the 60-year-old is doing.
Yeah, we talk about it on SoFlo Health that when you're looking for a program, a class, a gym, you need to find something that fits your needs. And it sounds like you're taking care of people's needs.
Yes. Since Miami is so transient, we wanted to make sure we have flexible memberships. Since people are here not year-round, there's snowbirds jumping around. They're here for 6 months, 3 months, a single month. You can cater to a membership, almost like a la carte. So you can basically buy a membership which caters to you.
That makes a lot of sense, and that also works for people's lives.
Absolutely.
I didn't even think about it until you mentioned it, but some people, they know that certain seasons in their life that they just can't keep membership, and they avoid, especially gyms with year contracts.
Absolutely.
Because they're thinking, well, from November to February, I'm crazy busy and I got to do something different at home anyway, so what am I going to do? But they love access to a gym, so that's great.
Exactly. And as well, we offer private suite showers, which kind of, it gives away that old locker room feeling. So now you get to go into a private suite shower and shower, get ready for work, get ready for the day ahead of you, and not feel like you're walking into a locker room that everybody's stepping on.
Excellent. If people would like to learn more about Circuit Academy, how can they?
They can visit us online at Circuit Academy or go to Instagram, Circuit Academy. Anywhere on Google, put in Circuit Academy, we'll pop right up.
Perfect. And do you think you can run me through a workout?
Anytime. Let's do it right now.
Let's do it right now. In fact, next time you see Alex and me right here at Circuit Academy, I'll be working out. I'm back at Ketamine and Wellness Clinic of South Florida, and I'm joined again by Sonia. Sonia, thank you so much for being with us again.
Oh, thank you so much.
Refresh everyone what ketamine is and what it's used to treat.
Ketamine, traditionally an anesthetic, in low doses now is used to treat mental health disorders.
And what are the benefits of using ketamine versus other therapies?
We really have a mental health crisis, especially after the last few years that we've all suffered through. And people are still struggling despite the traditional medications and the traditional treatment options. And ketamine is that catalyst to be able to actually get successful results.
And speaking of this being a process and overall wellness, I'm about to meet John, who is a big part of that process. What does John do?
He is an addiction specialist for over 30 years and is a traumatologist. So he has added that tool for us for those that are working through PTSD and addiction. So fabulous.
Sounds great. Let's meet John. As promised, this is John. John, we were just talking about how ketamine is only the catalyst to change that people get when they're here. So what else do they need to do in order to get the results they're looking for?
Very important. Number one, what ketamine does, it grows new neurons in the brain. That's number one. Number two, you do journaling. That's very important because it accesses a different part of the brain. Number three, we do integrative counseling. Very important also. And we also added group therapy. as long as they want to come. We want long-term care. We don't want short-term.
Why is the wellness part of this important to support what you're talking about?
Well, if there's nutrient deficiencies and the gut is out of whack, what happens is that dopamine is manufactured there. It goes up the vagus nerve and deposits dopamine and serotonin. Those are the feel-good drugs, okay, that we manufacture. We want to be able to treat people comprehensively, not just doing ketamine and therapy with them. We want to make sure there's a homeostasis in the whole body.
Wonderful. And is each plan made specifically for each patient?
Everyone's different. We don't treat everybody the same. Same with the ketamine. We don't do the same dosage for everybody. Everybody's different. We see how they respond, and then we either increase the dose or lower the dose.
If people would like to learn more, how can they?
They can call us at the Ketamine and Wellness Clinic of South Florida in Boca Raton.
Well, John, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to help God's kids.
Thanks again. If you don't grab a snack during the break, our next visit will definitely make you want to bite. A trip to this healthy eatery is right here when SoFlo Health returns.
Focusing on you. From your team of experts at Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center, South Florida's only National Cancer Institute designated cancer center.
Sabrina Ayton was in complete shock to learn she had colon cancer after her first colonoscopy.
I just got the wind sucked out of me. You know, I was scared.
She met with Dr. Luann Force, a colorectal surgeon at Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center.
Anybody can really develop a colon cancer over their lifetime. A colon cancer is a growth inside the colon that has the ability to metastasize to other organs.
Dr. Force says more younger people are being diagnosed with colon cancer. That's why experts are now recommending a screening colonoscopy starting at age 45 rather than 50 for both men and women.
I can't underestimate the importance of getting a screening colonoscopy because there are so many people that come to me with 0 symptoms, and on their first screening colonoscopy, they have colon cancer. Even if we don't find a colon cancer, we still find polyps, and polyps are what turn into cancer. So we're actually preventing you from getting a colon cancer with these screening colonoscopies.
Sabrina's tumor was caught early and removed by Dr. Force using a minimally invasive procedure.
She saved my life, to be honest.
Sabrina was able to enjoy her daughter's wedding and says it's all due to Dr. Force and her team.
So I just thank and appreciate everybody in Sylvester.
Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. Warming up at Circuit Academy. Earlier we were with Alex. He's getting ready to run me through a bit of a workout and show you something new. But first, you have to keep watching SoFlo Health. One of the more difficult parts about maintaining a healthy lifestyle is eating well when you're in a rush or you're in a pinch. Fortunately, there are places like Fresh Kitchen that have fast casual food that's also very healthy for you. Let's go inside, meet Steven, and learn more. I'm on the line now at Fresh Kitchen, and I'm joined by Steven, who's the chef, culinary director, all-around bad boy.
Trying.
So, Steven, tell me what happens here on the line.
So we're a gluten-free, build-your-own-bowl concept. Everything we have on our line is 100% gluten-free, and we use hormone and antibiotic-free meats. And then there's some keto options to go down our line. There's some vegetarian options, and then definitely some options for our vegans if there's some out there as well.
All right, so let's take a walk. I guess you start here.
Yep, so we'll start on our base station. We have 4 cold bases and 4 hot bases.
And then we move on to, it looks like some veggies.
Yeah, from there we go to our veggies. Our golden spice chickpeas are in the middle because they're pretty much a fan favorite, but our broccoli here is very tasty.
Nice. And then on to most people's favorites.
Protein's my favorite station. As we come down in this station, we have our vegan option here for our tofu friends, and our barbecue chicken is probably the best thing that I love on the menu. I've been eating it for 8 years straight, and I really can't get away from it.
Well, that's good to hear. And then you've got toppings and sauces, of course. Let me ask you a question. How are you able to keep everything tasting good and not competing with flavors?
So everything's made from scratch daily. We get a produce truck 6 days a week, which is crazy and to hear in the hospitality industry. Just getting a truck 6 days a week allows us to have fresh veggies every day. So most of the times the veggies or the proteins that you're eating came in our back door the day before. We marinate them in a sauce, which really gives that flavor to come through. And then as it sits in your bowl, all those flavors come together, and it's just really amazing.
Well, you've certainly convinced me. I just want to eat now. You think I can order something?
Let's do it. Hop on around the line. I'll put you a bowl.
You got it.
We're back at My Care Medical. I'm here with Dr. Perez. Dr. Perez, today we're going to talk a little bit about sleep and the importance of sleep for seniors. How important is it?
We all talk about exercise and we all talk about eating correctly. Sleep is one of the most important things, and nowadays it's taking a precedent.
How much sleep should seniors get on average?
6 to 8 hours, it depends. One of the main things that we have to focus on is to understand that all the hormones that should be sleeping are sleeping, and everything that should be awake is awake. And that happens when you hit certain levels of sleep. There's 4 stages of sleep, and we should all hit those levels at least 2 to 3 times throughout the course of the evening.
And quality of sleep is important as well. You know, something that's been going around a lot is sleep apnea, right? Is that something that seniors especially should be concerned about?
I think that we all should be concerned about sleep apnea as a whole. And this whole sleep apnea thing starts about approximately 20 years ago, when we started understanding that high blood pressure was not controlled in the evening, diabetes, all these things were now worse because of sleep apnea. So one of the things that we need to do is adequately assess whether a person has sleep apnea or not. Now, personally speaking, you don't need the fancy test. The patient's going to come in and they're going to be saying, I don't need a pill or I don't need sleeping pills, but they're going to tell you, I'm tired throughout the course of the day, I haven't slept properly in a long time, I have headaches. A lot of men will come in, especially elderly men, saying, I'm having excessive urination throughout the course of the evening, and it usually is that they're waking up multiple times throughout the course of the evening because they have sleep apnea.
Tell me a little bit about the high intensity program.
Yes, MyCare has developed a high intensity program of which I'm the medical director. It's in Dade, Broward, and West Palm. And certain criteria have to be met for a patient to hit the high intensity program. They need to be able to not have the ability to come into the clinic. There's a lot of different reasons why. You're depressed, you're demented, you're wheelchair bound, you are bed bound, obviously. So we have a group of individuals, physicians as well as nurse practitioners, that go out and see these patients at home. And then I like to call it divide and conquer. We speak of all these patients in the afternoon, and we have a social worker, case manager. We have a complete comprehensive team.
Dr. Perez, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
This is the safety squat bar, and it'll save your shoulders. Personal trainer Alex will show us how to use it after the break on SoFlo Health. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. This is Alex, and we're at Circuit Academy. Earlier, you saw Alex training others in their classes, but he said there's personal training. I wanted to see what that was about. So now I've got a bunch of contraptions around me.
Absolutely.
Tell me, what is this?
So we're gonna do a box squat, but we're gonna do an unconventional one with a safety squat bar. This is to help your shoulders, the shoulder mobility. Anybody dealing with any type of shoulder mobility for a squat where they can't hold back and reach back, you're a lot more core engagement, and it protects your lower back. Okay, so Hunter, I'm gonna have you slide underneath.
Okay.
Yep. I want you to keep those elbows down in front of you.
Okay.
You're gonna lift up in like a regular squat. Boom. Now I want you to lift up. Boom. And you're gonna keep those elbows down. I want you to take 2 giant steps back. All right, now you're gonna shoulder width apart. You're gonna spread your feet shoulder width apart. Okay. Then I want you to go sit into that chair, right? So you're gonna go into that hip hinge, tap that butt, go straight up, drive into those hips. Good. I don't want you to hyperextend on the way up. I want you to just come up and get that glute activation. Good. You go into that hip hinge, sit into that chair, and then drive through those heels straight back up. Now he's protected, he feels comfortable, and he works on his range of motion. Good. Looks great. Awesome.
Good?
Yep. Let's do it.
Let's get some weight on this. Loaded up some weight. We got an important thing that Alex wants to talk about.
You need to make sure in every gym, right, I see people not putting the clamps on. You have to protect yourself and to protect others around you. So I need everybody to make sure that you're putting this on before you start any exercise or squat or bench press or any exercise that requires a clip, okay?
All right. All right, so we got some weight on here.
Yep.
Alex, who is this movement good for?
So anybody with damaged shoulders, any type of shoulder mobility problems, things like that, that cannot do a conventional squat, okay? So that he's gonna lift up, he's gonna open up his feet, shoulder width apart. He's gonna control his movement down by going into that hip hinge. As he taps, he's gonna drive through his core and drive straight up and activate those glutes. Drive straight up, perfect. Walk forward. Once he hits, that's his cue to drop down, okay?
Whew, feels good.
Absolutely.
Now, You did a great job of explaining what this is for. I just want to emphasize, why did you choose a box squat? Who is that good for?
So the box squat is actually good to give you a sense of direction. Most people don't have a sense of direction, or they don't know when to stop, when to do a good squat. You know, you don't want to go butt to the ground. You want to go to where you feel comfortable, and this kind of limits your range of motion on stopping right before you damage any knees, injure your lower back, and things like that. It's going to protect you more than anything.
Excellent. Well, Alex, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I've got more sets, more reps to get in. I'll be here with Alex at Circuit Academy. You keep watching SoFlo Health. I'm still at Fresh Kitchen. I was just about to order. Steven's gonna hook me up. Steven, where do you think I should start?
Definitely want to start with a cold base.
Okay.
My favorite is the sweet potato noodles, so I would definitely steer you down that route.
All right.
And then if we're going with a low carb option, I would stick with the cauliflower avocado rice, or the cauliflower spice rice, and then our cauliflower mashed potatoes.
So I pick 1, 2?
You get 2. So we'll start you with a 6 bowl, which gets you 2 of each item.
Okay.
So let's do 1 hot base and 1 cold base for you.
You know what? That cauliflower spice rice sounds good, so I'll combine that with the kale salad.
All right, let's do it. So cauliflower spice rice, we got some corn, some onions, a little bit of jalapeno in there, and then our kale sauce made with a date mustard vinaigrette. So you're really not going to taste that kale in there. It'll be a lot of sweeter than you're normally used to.
I think people appreciate that, huh?
Yep.
All right, now what's next?
So veggies, I really like the maple roasted sweet potatoes. A very simple recipe with just salt, pepper, oil, and maple syrup. But again, if you're trying to go down and get some fiber into your bowl, we have our golden spice chickpeas here, and then our award-winning broccoli is really a fan favorite. You can't go wrong with these.
All right, yeah, I'll do those 2. I'll do the chickpeas and the broccoli.
All right. All right, we're gonna take you down to the protein section.
Let's get it.
2 of my favorites are this blackened chicken and the salmon. You really getting this salmon at a fine dining restaurant to have it in a quick service setting is something special to me, and it's something that we're very proud of. The barbecue chicken, again, is one of my favorite. I've been eating it for the last 8 years of my life.
If you've been eating it for 8 years, I need to have it.
Let's go for it.
So let's go for that, and then I'll try the salmon as well.
All right, so now we're here to our fun toppings. We have some cheeses with our feta cheese and Parmesan cheese here, which really go nice with a bowl topping. Garlic roasted almonds, which are really nice as well. This is pico that we make in-house every day. Our avocado salad is something special to me just because it's such a simple recipe. It's just avocado, salt, pepper, and lime juice.
Nice.
And then our kale pesto tomatoes, which is a kale pesto sauce that we make in-house.
I'll definitely do some avocado, and I'll definitely do some of those tomatoes.
All right, so we're gonna rock with the avocado right on top. Okay for you?
Sure, yeah.
And then the last thing that we'll add, which is up on our 5th panel behind me, is our sauces section. All these sauces are made in-house every day. If you're looking for a spicy sauce, we have our house-made sriracha and coconut sriracha. If you're more of a sweet guy, we have our holy kale vinaigrette. This creamy white ginger right here, people kind of go crazy for it. If you ever go to a hibachi place and you have like the yum yum sauce, this is the other sauce, that white sauce that's normally on the side. And then for our neutral folks, we have our herb balsamic vinaigrette, which is pretty good as well.
I'm feeling neutral today, so let's go for that
let's
vinaigrette.
Do herb balsamic vinaigrette, and then I'll put it on the side for you just in case you don't have to go too crazy.
Perfect. All right, sounds good. I'm gonna go find Ryan, the regional partner, to learn more about Fresh Kitchen. Thanks, Steven.
Yep.
Hey Ryan, good to see you.
You too.
So tell me, what's Fresh Kitchen all about?
We want to be able to come into a community and really be a partner with everyone in the community. So when we open this is our 13th location. We were able to partner with a local charity, and they work with local schools to educate students on how they can kind of lead the charge against climate change locally. It's not about just consuming with us, it's about being able to give back and share love. And
well, speaking of consuming, I'm gonna start consuming this,
Please do.
and tell me, who's welcome here? Who's this for?
Everyone's welcome, of course, as Steve mentioned earlier. We want you to be able to come in and eat and feel full and not fall asleep 30 minutes after leaving.
At this point, I've gotten a little bite of everything. It all tastes great. I feel light, but I also feel like it's very hearty. So I feel light in the sense that I'm not like, oh, I ate, so I got all this heavy food. But it's hearty that like I'm going to be satiated for a while. I noticed over on the glass it says everything's cooked with 100% olive oil. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so it's very important for us that we are preparing stuff the best possible way. It's very difficult to find unless you're going to fine dining establishments, places that are cooking in 100% olive oil, because it is more expensive. But we truly believe in the food we're serving, and we want to be able to give it to people at the best possible.
Tell me about some of the other stuff that you have here. I see you've got some, looks like ginger shots, cookies.
Yeah, so we do the immune shots, which are, ginger, pineapple, turmeric. Our paleo cookies are a fan favorite. They are, if you want to be a little more on the indulgent side, you can have the cookies. Kids love them.
So if I open it up, you'll see you got 3 cookies in smaller serving there. So even if you are indulging, but you want to be mindful in the process, it's not like some giant cookie that you feel obligated to finish right now.
Certainly. There's no processed ingredients in it. You can see all of the ingredients. Those are also made in-house every single day.
How do you suggest people enjoy Fresh Kitchen?
So first of all, you can come in, go through our line. We also offer online ordering, eatfreshkitchen.com.
Yeah.
And we're available on third-party sites such as Uber and DoorDash.
Great. I think we find you a fork as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Cool. Thank you.
Of course. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and I'm foam rolling my IT bands, which is not comfortable, but it's good for you. We had a great time today at Circuit Academy, and on the show as usual. Hope you learned something, and you can put it into use. And as always, you can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloShows.com. You can follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Until next week, it's goodbye and good health. Next week on SoFlo Health, personal trainer Morgan Shapiro has tips for getting back into the gym after some time off. Aniva Zaman finds healthy eats for Ramadan. And I'll check out a nature preserve that's hidden in plain sight. All that and more is next week on SoFlo Health, and we'll see you then.